This has been a very pivotal offseason for my Ohio Bobcats. I mean, I say it in like every single video at this point, but losing Duggar and Messiah in the same offseason sucked. And the thing is, at least for Delham, this would have been the perfect team for them. Now Duggar, we did a good job building a squad around him, but Messiah is a legit sub linebacker user type of guy that should just fly around the middle of your defense, bro. This squad with Squires, Henry Allen, Dove playing safety would have allowed him to do that, and he would have been next to Jermaine Bethel as well. So yeah, man, the team obviously would have been crazy with them, but even without them, we're 9-1, and if we beat Kansas next week, we can go undefeated in the Big 12. Now for the season, Max Stroud has been solid, 30 TDs, 8 interceptions. Hasn't been that legit elite guy, but he's been getting the job done. Next for our running backs, we do legit need a #1 guy. That is the one thing that we have not had in this series, bro. A #1 running back, legit. Look at these stats. This is nasty. Our receivers, though, we've always had #1 guy there. Whether it was Chase Hendricks, you know what I'm saying, Ian Pugh, or now Raheem Khaled. We've been blessed with pretty good receivers. Then, of course, we have Zeke Emery, the best slot in the nation. He's having a pretty good season, and he'll go early in the draft next year. Now, when it comes to Keyx, Scales, Toure, those #3 options at receiver, they've been pretty disappointing. And I'm not sure why. You had guys like Bulaga and Shelton, whose talent level isn't that much different than theirs, just put up simply much better numbers. But I will say, Keyx tape versus Texas Tech was pretty impressive. For the defense, Bethel has been unreal, leading us in tackles, TFLs, and interceptions. Should legitimately be a Heisman candidate. Our rush has been pretty good this season. It may not appear as such, but it has. And as I said earlier in the season, I love our corner group. We got West, Ellington, Fuwata, and Dove. They've been great this season. Alright, now I won't keep y'all boys here too long, but before this Minnesota game, bro, let's talk about the recruiting. We did indeed get 2 4-stars, but besides them, we got Halapio who committed immediately. And who else, man? Who else? We're losing top tier guys every single week at this point in the season, and I was upset about it. But what I had to realize is like, bro, we're a 2.5-star school. We're not even a 3-star school yet, which is nuts to me. We've been putting in some work, bro, so I don't know how that's the case still at this point. Now we're in the building playing against Minnesota, and I wanted this to be a fire uni matchup. But what I had to realize is like, Minnesota has a lot of combos, but like, how much can you really work with burgundy and yellow? They start pretty fast though with an amazing length for 32. Gets about, what, 15 yards here? But they get a little bit too greedy on the next play. Trying Jermaine Bethel in coverage, man, incomplete. Stop it. We then get in a man blitz on 2nd and 10, and Tremont Rowe gets a sack. His 4th one on the season. Well played, bull. Minnie gets us to a 3rd and 5 here, and we have Keyx underneath for a 1st down. MK84 is then 1-on-1 with their star corner, torches that guy, and it has some space here, has some yak, and this boy might be gone, or nah, he is pretty slow. Sheesh. I showed y'all boys the stats. They aren't gaudy, but he can consistently win in 1-on-1 coverage. I'm not sure why the stats aren't there, but he's actually a good receiver. We gonna need him next year too, as we may lose Emery and Raheem Khaled in the same offseason. Doesn't matter right now though, 7-0 on the road. And that lead might continue to get larger as we get another stop on this drive. It's 3rd and 1 here for us from the 43-yard line. 1-on-1, Raheem Khaled down the field, touchdown, 14-0. What a play. We're now at 14-0 on the road, and the Gophers are playing horrible right now. The receiver actually torched Bethel here, but couldn't finish the play. Ironically enough, that's what Raheem Khaled does best. Just throw it as far as you can down the field. He gonna go get it. Up 21-0 now. How bad is the Big Ten if we're beating their mid-level schools like this in the 1st quarter? I'm kind of glad we didn't go there. They're back on offense, play action, trying to middle of the field, but that is Bethel's zone. A user lurk right there. The best linebacker in the nation continues his dominance. That's now 8 picks on the season. Combine that with damn near leading the nation in tackles too. He is my Heisman for sure. Either him or Raheem Khaled slant route. Man, what a catch. Well, now he's hurt, which is fine, as long as it's not like a broken leg or something. I guess it's a chest injury, but it isn't too bad. We'll have him sit out the rest of the game. As we go up 28-0, finding Zeke Emery for his 2nd TD on the day. Minnesota finally finds a groove on offense, getting some 1st downs, and they're in the red zone, or at least close to it. On the 2nd egg, we have Rowe and Childress on the same side of the field. Childress wins his matchup, and then Rowe gets a sack. Childress obviously did his job, but Pete Rowe destroying that right tackle. Not sure how you guard them two on the opposite side, but then you put them on the same side? Crazy. This team was just in the MAC conference last year. Now they're beating Power 4 schools by 25 in their own grid. I mean, I guess it's the power of recruiting. We got some legit next level players. Even without Raheem Khaled, we're sliding up the field. But to be fair, it's only Minnesota. Just 3 years ago, this would have been nasty. We're still playing our starters in the fourth quarter for some reason, and Leo Yates ends up hurt. Per usual, I don't even care at this point. Just sit everybody down. Let's end the game all right. I low-key feel like our backup offense gonna make something shaking against his defense too. Maybe they've just given up, bro, but still. Probably spoke a little too soon as Parker drops the ball here trying to pitch it off to Clint Stock. And that's game, man. 35-3. A play-ready game for our guy Max Stroud. Only missing 2 passes, no turnovers. Was great today. The run game was whatever, but they got some good averages in here. Kiek balled out 3 for 80. Emery had 8 for 80. Of course, Raheem does what he does. 3 for 110 and 2. Tremoro had 2 sacks today. Bethel had 1, an interception, and also like 4 tackles too. Solid day overall. Before our last game of the regular season, we're doing some recruiting, and dude, we're barely a top 100 school. Still losing recruit after recruit. We definitely gotta win a chip this season. That's how it feels. It's probably not worth it to continue to pursue Gallimore, but why not? Sitting in between, and they're all A's. Once again, we still have 2 4-star recruits, but I was expecting a little bit more than that. Let's finish our season though, playing another mid-tier team in Kansas. If they get the ball first, they start off pretty solid, getting 2 third-down conversions, and they're looking to score. We respond by sending Dove on the blitz, but somebody does not get the sack here. I don't know what the animation was, but come on. Literally just chest bumped his shoulder, bro. Didn't even like wrap up or anything. They run the ball with the next play, but Childress is right there from the backside for a tackle. I think Bethel would have been there as well. It's now the third down of the game, and Yates gets some late pressure and forces an incomplete pass. We begin our drive in style, play action, one Raheem Khaled over the middle of the field. This is a nice catch, get some yak too, almost a first down. I don't know what they saw in that first play, but they think they can run one-on-one coverage down the field with Raheem Khaled under pressure. This is a dime touchdown. If he goes to the drive next year, I'm not sure what this offense is going to look like. All we do is just throw bombs. It's literally all we do is throw bombs to him. Kansas is back on the field. We getting in man coverage. They try Doves, man, and he is there for a TFL. Minus 3 yards. We stay in that same exact coverage for 3rd and 11, and we are there for the stop. This could end up being the same exact game from last week. Raheem Khaled is wide open on a crosser, not a 9 route, juke back, spin forward. This is a big time play. What a way to end the quarter off. Max Stroud has 112 yards already. And if we can add a legit, consistent run game like Denny here for a first, bro, I'm not sure what we can do to stop us. I mean, you could try guarding Raheem Khaled, but that might be impossible. This is a money play for us, and 4 locks it down. Put him in a bag. Who is number 4? We've scored countless TDs on this exact same play. Looking back though, he was just shading inside. Didn't even lock him down, he was just in the way. If we can just get a stop here, we'll be just fine. Bethel, Squires, they forget how to play, and he is gone for 83 yards. The easiest TD ever. I could have scored there. I did could have scored there. Okay, so we're back 0-0. The score is the same, man. Nothing really changed. 2 right here on a drag route. Juke back, man. This guy is a returner, by the way. But hey, on the bright side of that interception, they think they can guard us in man coverage, bro. Hopefully they continue that. Max Stroud has 3,000 yards on that catch and run. And he's looking to add to that play action. Emery over the top on a crosser, a rare play for him. 34 yards. You know, we got to end it off right. Raheem Khaled one-on-one on a slant, 14-7 at home. Let's keep working. The defense did indeed give up an 80-yard touchdown last time, but Kansas hasn't been able to build a sustained drive. Punting again. Bro, this has been pretty much the opposite, man. You have Barnes cooking a star linebacker in coverage. I told you, that interception in man coverage make them want to play that all the time. And they cannot guard us, bro. This is Emery wide open. It didn't take us long to get into the red zone. And with this run, we're about a goal line now. Or at least I thought. We get a holding call on first down. So we go from the 6 to the 16, and Barnes is still torching guys. And man, he has been really impressive this year, underratedly. And to end the half, we have Emery one more time, 21-7. Our dog actually got spotlighted at halftime too. 3 catches, 60 yards, a TD on 4 targets. Solid. At the beginning of the half, he began with a fire return by Ray. We don't get that too often. Shout out to him. You also don't get Max Stroud having a lane to run with his 76 speed. Not impressive at all, but a first down indeed. Now it's 3rd and 4. It's a chance for Raheem to get redemption. 1-on-1 with number 4. Mosses him and lays on him. Pause. Replay. On defense, it's more of the same. We're just simply a better squad. A sack by Tracy Land. That was 3rd and 15. We actually get in man coverage at Aiden West. Forces an incompletion. That's my lockdown, strap down corner. At this point, the game is over, but Clint Stock is still in the game, making plays of 55-yard tug for the 86 speed running back. They didn't even get touched. I was starting to not like north-south runners. I still don't. They're just big and slow. But hopefully Clint Stock can have a good development because he can be a good running back. That speed boost he showed was definitely legit. I'm seeing the vision. Our next defensive drive is highlighted by the same guys. Tracy Land with a User sacked this time. Shout out to him, bro. He's been hooping this season. Really solid guy next to Bethel. Then of course, second and 16. You're down by 1 billion points. You gotta try somebody, but I'm not sure Aiden West is the guy to do that with. This is underthrown, bro. Stop it. I was expecting a full all-out dogfight after that interception, and then an 80-yard TD right after that. I was kind of spooked. But since then, Kansas hasn't showed much of anything at all. I don't think they even gotten a first down since then. It's been pure and utter domination of a mid-tier school, which is what elite teams do. This was a great win at home, punching our ticket into the Big 12 chip. Max Stroud was damn near perfect, only missing 4 passes. One of them was an interception. The run game looked much better. Denny and Brown had most of the carries, but Stock had like a 50-yard TD. The pass game was as expected. Raheem dominated. Barnes and Emery were solid. And I guess Toure had a 25-yard catch. I didn't catch that, to be honest with you. On defense though, it was Tracy Land and Aiden West. Them boys were hooping. 2 sacks for Tracy Land. And of course, a pick by Aiden West. Our next game would be in the Big 12 chip. Not sure who will play yet. Doesn't matter, but in recruiting, once again, we're getting our chain snatched, but the difference is now, we're a little bit more humble. We're locking in with the 3-star guys. We're tapping in with them and just doing our thing, because once again, we're a 2.5-star school, bro. The Big 12 chip is a rematch of a game earlier in the season, playing against Oklahoma State. And they are a top 25 school this time. Unlike last time where they just like snuck up on us, bro. Just played amazing as an unranked school. We're still in the bye week now though, so that means even more recruits lost. This time it's a mindful guy we were first for weeks. 6'2", 185. Just sucks. We did find this new receiver that we're in the top 5 for, P Battle. It's probably too late, but why not at least try? He's from Columbus, Ohio, bro. Oklahoma State has the best offense in the conference, maybe in the nation besides us, of course. They were scoring every single time. It was because they're 99 overall quarterback. He is legit. Brian Whittington. He's one of them ones. Not just him though. They have a crazy tandem at receiver, and we just couldn't guard them. They scored like on every single possession. Besides the 2, of course, that Jermaine Bethel intercepted. We're actually down by 5 with like a minute left in the game. It took Raheem Khaled to make a play for us to win. It took our absolute best to beat these guys, and we may need it again. We start small on this 2nd and 10. Raheem is damn near double, but this is still a nice catch. Then on 3rd and 2, we find Kiek for a contested one. First down. Don't worry though, these small plays are building towards something huge. This is another first down. First and 10 from the 42-yard line. The safety bites down on Emery for some reason, which leaves Raheem one-on-one on a post. Touchdown. 7-0. What a start. And there goes that boy, 99 overall, Brian Whittington. I can feel the aura through the screen. They start with the RPO, which Tracy Land almost intercepts. I don't know what that play was actually. It bounced off of his helmet. But it's the same for OK State. Just a small start. Nothing too crazy. Small play leading to something big. Cowboys call another RPO. He gets past our guy Squires, gets past Aiden West. 17 is literally in our nightmares, torching us for 2 games in a row, tying the game up at 7 points. What a start. We're not worried though, bro. First and 10 from the 25-yard line. Emery is left wide open. We past 2 guys and it's off to the races. What a play. Them boys didn't play really good coverage in man, so we had to run with Max Stroud for a first down, about 12 yards there. And we make that 3 straight first downs by finding Raheem on this. Curry spins around and gets a first. But fast forward a little bit. It's now 3rd and 10. Need a play here. This appears to be covered 2 for Oklahoma State, which leaves it underneath wide open for Clint Stock to get almost a first down. 4th and inches. Instead of running, we pass the ball and we have Lester Scales here, who almost scores a TD. So it's 1st and goal from the 1. We pitch it off to Irvin Brown. He walks in there. 14-7. Let's see how Oklahoma State responds. Now, last time the reason Brian Whittington was so fired because he wasn't scared to try the middle of the field despite Bethel being there most times. And so far, that's continuing. What is different though, they have a run game now apparently. They didn't have one at all last time. The running backs might have had negative rushing yards last game. They're now inching towards the red zone. They might be in there immediately after this play. 89 with that post route. But if we get a stop here, everything would be just fine. 3rd and 4 from the 7-yard line, and Squires could have made a play right there. Looking back, I don't know who Whittington was even trying to target here. Was it 17 or was it 11? Just a really confusing play. I don't fault Squires for this. We're back on offense. Irvin Brown here for a screen pass. We get a block from 64, and he has some space yet again, man. A huge play. We couldn't do much after that play, though. Oklahoma State is showing their teeth on defense. We call our money play on 3rd and 8, and for some reason the corner leaves Raheem to guard someone else over there. This is just an odd play in general. That was the first punt of the game so far. Now it's time for our defense to make a stand, starting with Bethel here, finally making an appearance. Them boys then end up getting 10 yards on the 2nd down, making it 3rd and 2, needing another play from this defense. It's a read option, and Bethel is not fooled, getting Whittington in the backfield. Back-to-back punts for these offenses. We're in a 2-minute drill here, and we know exactly how nice OK State is. If our D gets a stop, we gotta take advantage of it. We don't have to force anything, just take what they give us and continue moving the chains. Or if we want to leave Raheem one-on-one, we can do that to a dime. 21-14. What a way to end the half off. Needed that so bad. Needed points on that drive. Now we just cannot allow OK State to make something shake, bro. Tracy Land with a forced incompletion, sending us to halftime. Let's go. They start the third with 2 straight runs, getting about 9 yards. That was 3rd and 1. This is Jermaine Bethels down. This is an RPO. Bethels sees it the entire way and makes a play on number 4. There was no room for error on this play, and we get a stop. Off of the punt though, Emory ends up getting hurt on this tackle. Back spasms, I guess. But we ain't gonna force you to play. This is why we brought in Kiek and Scales and Toure. We have solid depth. The Cowboys get in man for 2nd and 7. Lester Scales wins against their starting corner and gets a 1st down. I expect nothing less from you, boy. On the next play, Emory somehow sneaks on the field, so I gotta throw him the ball. He's one-on-one. I gotta throw him the ball, bro. A 59-yard tug with no back. I respect it. We're now up 14 in the Big 12 chip, and we're not completely locked in for some reason on special teams. What are we doing here? And Fraboni has no shot at getting him a 100-yard return to cut the lead in half. I don't even know what happened here. I see a stiff arm, I see Dove dive out. Then our punter takes the worst angle possible. Come on, cuz. We're about 7 again, 3rd and 3, and we find Toure against man coverage for about 18 yards. But then our tackle just decides to not block on the 2nd and 8. And with it being 3rd and 14, we try Raheem one-on-one, or really 2-on-1. That's an interception. They're now in position to tie the game up after being down by 14. And they begin their drive with the RPO for about 9 yards. They try it again, but Fuwata is right there, forcing a TFL. And that is the play where James Childress ends up getting hurt. So our backup linebacker, Bruce Sylvia, has to play, and he gives up a 1st down off of the read option. We were a little worried initially, but for 2 plays in a row now, we've stuffed the run. We're in a good spot. Looking at a 3rd and 12. Before that play, we see that Josh Childress has a torn rotator cuff. He's out for the rest of the season, losing one of the best players on the entire team. So we need everyone else to step up on this 3rd and 12, bro. The curve route right here, but Bethel sees it the entire way. And with the head start at 89 speed, he is gone. A 2nd TD on the season and a 2nd one against Oklahoma State. I don't know what his beef is with Brian Whittington, but that is 3 interceptions and like damn near 10 TFLs against this squad in 2 games. Now that we've lost Childress too, he gotta keep hooping like this. Whittington and the Cowboys are back on the field and they're still trying Bethel in coverage, but that's an incomplete pass. At this point, it's really his fault. Stop targeting him, dude. He's playing elite. We have a big time down here, 3rd and 8, and Leo gets some pressure up the middle, forcing an incomplete pass. Oklahoma State has no other choice but to go for it. This is the entire game right here from the 47-yard line. 4th and 8, they're going to try Ellington one-on-one with their star receiver, and he is torched. And they score on the very next play, targeting Ellington again. Just a complete meltdown in coverage. The game should have ended there, but on the bright side, we can end the game here as well. That's now 2 really solid runs by Irvin Brown, making them waste a timeout right here. Then we hand the ball off to Toure here on the jet touch passing, has some space on the outside, jukes back inside. This is another 1st down. But after a bad Denny run, we're at a 3rd and 7. We put Emory back in the game, hoping that it's man coverage, and it looks like it might be. It's a drag route. He wins off of the press, and this is a 1st almost. 7 yards. 1st here will go a long way to ending the game, and Irvin Brown has it. He probably 1 more 1st down. We keep the drive going with the Clinstock run, but this goes for -2 yards. Handed to Denny, and this is only 2 yards. And David Barnes gives them an injury timeout, stopping the clock. It's now 4th and 7. They have no timeout, so a 1st down will definitely end the game, and Kiek has us, bro. An underrated player on the squad, a consistent separator. Might gotta start questioning his usage rate, but a win indeed. We are Big 12 champs. Max Stroud with another really strong performance. The run game was solid. Irvin Brown was really key late in the game. The pass game was a little different today though. The ball was spread around. Emory 4 catches, Khaled 4 catches, Toure had 4 catches, bro. Probably the best game of his career. On defense, Jermaine Bethel, 5 CFLs, 9 total tackles, an interception, a touchdown. That's our dog. Now we're still on conference championship week, so this could change at any moment, but right now we play the winner between Tulane and Oregon in the Fiesta Bowl. We played Oregon last year. That was a fun game. Hopefully we can get that again. But obviously, for optics, I'd rather see Tulane. Or my 3rd thought, let me get Oregon, bro. They just stole Nate Tonga. Also, Bethel got Big 12 and National Defensive Player of the Week. Shout out to him. So we advanced, and I guess Oregon ended up hopping in front of Ohio State. Now they'll be playing Tulane in the 1st round of the playoffs. Now the next week is award week, quote unquote. These are the stats for all of our players that should be considered. We got Max Stroud with 41 touchdowns. Running backs pretty weak, I will say. Then you have our two studs at receiver. Raheem should be up for the Biletnikoff, 1,500 yards this season, 22 touchdowns, 7 drops. I don't know why I mentioned drops, but it is a part of his stats, I suppose. But let's peep his career. He was a redshirt transfer and immediately came in and was a deep threat for us. Basically 1,200 yards in his first season, 22 tugs. Then for his next season, 65 catches, 1,600 yards and 29 TDs. But this has been his most dominant season in less games than both of those. 55 catches, 1,500 yards and 22 touchdowns. Now when it comes for Emory, this is 100% his last season as he is a senior. Hasn't yet got over that 1,000 yard mark, but I'm thinking he'll get there. He's had 33 career touchdowns. Next is obviously for the defense. Jermaine Bethel has been amazing. Said it a billion times before. You should win every single award available for a linebacker. But besides him, I don't envision anyone else being up for an award. We'll have guys on the all Big 12 team, but individually, nah, I don't see it. Ellington has had a great season with 5 interceptions. Got some guys on the D-line do well also. But peeping the stats, man, we just have a good defense. I really feel bad for Dexter Dove though. After a great season on the outside last year, we've essentially made him a backup safety now. Completely reduced his role. But with Watson leaving, that slot spot should be his next season. We're here for the awards now, and our OC got Coordinator of the Year. As expected, Bethel won every single award possible for a linebacker. He was completely dominant this season. Raheem was actually up for the Player of the Year award. He was top 10 in that. Wasn't sure how this receiver was up ahead of him. Then I saw 117 catches and I'm like, alright, that's kind of fair. But still, Raheem was way more dominant than him, bro, in less catches. As he just barely loses out on the Biletnikoff award. We actually had a guard be up for the Interior Lineman award as well. Jaden Rose, a solid guy. Now it's official. Wednesday play Ohio State in the Fiesta Bowl, the third matchup in this series. We're 0-2 against them. It'll be a fire game. This might be the first game that we're going to be favorites against them. They lost to Oregon and they just barely beat Tulane. We won 12 games, we just won our conference? Man, I don't know. But what I do remember thinking after them losses is that you better get us then. They caught Raheem in his first season, caught Duggar when he was still raw, caught Emory when he wasn't even who he is now, caught Emory when he was a backup receiver, played us with Parker Navarro as our QB. They had their chance, bro. They had their chance at beating us. But our time is now. Let's get into this game. The Fiesta Bowl begins on the 3rd and 6 here, man. We have to right on a drag route, but this is not enough for a first down. Only 5 there. It's 4th and 1 and it's early. We gotta go for it. Give it to Irvin Brown and he has a lane up the field. What a great play to the 50-yard line. 1st and 10. On the very next play, it is man coverage down the field for Ohio State. 1-1 with Raheem Khaled. Dime. Touchdown. 7-0. What a start. In the last game, we struggled to find Raheem Khaled down the field, underneath, anything. To have this on the first drive is amazing. Let's keep going. On defense, Jermaine Bethel is immediately flashing in the backfield. Hits the kid. We're now Udrine Dove on his 3rd and 6, but we couldn't get there on this play over the middle of the field. That's a great play by 19. Ohio State ends up having a really balanced drive. Early they were passing, now they're running the ball, and they walk into the end zone to tie the game up at 7. We come back on 0 with a pretty good drive ourselves, starting with a Raheem Khaled catch over the middle. Then we have some solid runs by Stock and then Denny. It's now 3rd and 10 on their side of the field. We're looking for Raheem across the middle of the field once again, and we have him for a first down. After that, we tried a speed option with Clint Stock, but that did not work at all. -3 yards. So it's 3rd and long once again, and we have David Barnes in man coverage. He breaks the tackle and almost gets a first down. This route was absolutely horrible. I'm not sure what he was doing here, but solid play indeed. Also, Raheem is legitimately getting doubled on the other side of the field, bro. We try a run on 4th and 1 to Clint Stock, but the D tackle makes a hell of a play in the backfield. -3 yards and a stop. I'm back on defense, and I don't know who their QB is for real, but apparently he's Josh Allen in the open field, hurdling guys, finding lanes, just doing his thing as a runner. He is not living like this for real, but it's our defense, so everything goes, I guess. It's a surprisingly low scoring game at this point, bro, and it's because of plays like this. Jermaine Bethel hitting a running back. Prob need a turnover eventually, but these TFLs and these pass deflections are working right now. And this is exactly what I mean. 19 is in the open field again, spins off the landing, gets a first down and more. Going into the 2-minute warning, sick. The Buckeyes are continuing to have a great drive passing the ball, torching us in man coverage. We have to find an answer soon, because they're by the goal line. They try a run on 1st and goal, and Bethel is in the backfield for another TFL. So 2nd and goal from the 5, they have an out route to the outside, and Ellington picks it off. I thought the flag might be roughing the passer, but it was actually offensive pass interference. Another great play by Ellington, but bro, I feel like Dove could have picked 6 this. There would have been nobody in front of Dove, bro. Or at least if Ellington was there by himself, he would have picked 6 as well. But come on, man, somebody got out the way. I would try to get 3 at least on this drive, but there's just not enough time left, bro. Great run by Irvin Brown here. Let's go into halftime. At the beginning of the third quarter, it's a read option, and for Watts to see this the entire way, minus 3 yards. We call it man blitz with Dell coming from the slot, and no one is winning on the D-line. We actually have some pancakes there, bro. And 19 comes open again. Our D-line is indeed struggling without Childress so far, and it gets even worse as Yates is hurt again. Come on, bro. They probably just stubbed his finger or something. He get hurt over anything. Anyways, another RPO, and 14 is in the open field, bro. Dove has no shot. Don't even try it, man. This is an amazing play. Now Jermaine Bethel is hurt. Our best player on the whole team, basically. And with no surprise, they score on the next play, down 14-7. On the bright side, it's not too bad for Bethel, so we should be fine. He'll be back later. We're down by 7 in the Fiesta Bowl against Ohio State. Gotta be smart with the ball, and this is not what you do. Just throw up a prayer to Raheem, which he doesn't even try to jump for. 12, of course, has a great return after this. We're in position to be down by 2 scores. Ohio State isn't even playing that well today. To just give them an extra possession like that, horrible. And once again, they're by the goal line. But maybe not for long. Bethel's back in the game, and he gets a TFL minus 4 yards. So now it's 3rd and 7 from the 10-yard line. Squires is there and intercepts the pass. This is like almost identical to what happened in the Oklahoma State game. He's put in conflict between 2 receivers, has to choose one, and he chose right. What a huge play in the 2nd interception in the red zone by our defense. Our drive starts at a 3rd and 4, and we have Clint Stock here wide open for a 1st down. We're now looking for Kiek on this in route, 2nd and 10. Great catch, contested one at that. Before going into the 4th quarter, we actually have Raheem one-on-one with their guy. He won on the outside, but did not have enough time to find him the ball. We go into the 4th, facing a 4th. Ohio State blitzes on his 4th and 1, but they leave Irvin Brown wide open in the flat, and he has a blocker ahead, or at least I thought. Raheem Khaled, what are you doing? He should have scored on this play. He's literally pointing for you to block him. But 49 yards regardless. Great play. Now I'm seeing why he didn't block. At 97 speed, Raheem probably scores here if he catches the ball. He was wide open as well. But come on, bro. Lock in. Pay attention. The Buckeyes are in man again for this 1st and goal, but it's DPI, so we're at the 1-yard line. You know what we on. That's a touchdown, tying the game up at 14. Raheem has been spanking 23 on every single rep. The 2nd TD on the day for that boy. Now I'm gonna be transparent with y'all boys here. I was not even looking at the screen when I did this. I don't know how this even happened. I just peeped the screen and we're at the 41-yard line somehow. Shout out to our punter, bro. Again. Anyway, 2nd and 10 here, and Bruce Sylvia sees the read option the entire way and gets a TFL. Backup linebacker now being forced to play edge with Childress being out. Making an impact on the game. It's 3rd and long for 16 and this offense. The tight end is actually here in the middle of the field, but it is not enough for a 1st. Only 9 yards. Punt that ball. Max drive, we need to drive here. On our 1st play, we give the ball to Denny. He has a lane, gets past the safety, stiff arms 12 again. Bro, is this the same guy that Irvin Brown stiff arm? I think he's having a bad day, bro. We're now with a 3rd and 5 under the 2-minute warning, and Emory comes free across man coverage on a slant. They're going to stay in man coverage here too, and they're not even hiding it. They're doubling Raheem Khaled the entire way, but I'm not sure it even matters. He wins off the press. So it's really him versus the safety now, one-on-one. Not much you can do there. Raheem is just on a different level, and he's showing it in the playoffs now, taking the lead 21-14. But the game isn't over yet. 28 gets a humongous lane on the outside. There is nobody even there to contain him. Almost 30 yards there. I think he has his takeover activator or something. Just runs over Henry Allen, stiff arms. Oh my gosh, he is playing insane. That's 11 yards. This is 3 straight carries, and the 1st guy has yet to get him down yet. Now Dexter Dove is hurt. Not just him, I guess our left guard tore his tricep, so he's out for the season too. Ohio State's at the 11-yard line. They have their tight end wide open in the flat, bro. Now with the 5. They've caught us on a play with Bethel not in the game. We have to user Pope instead, and you know what he on, getting the interception, ending the game, winning us the Fiesta Bowl. Pope has played maybe 2 games this season, but he stayed ready and he got us the win. Or I don't know, we're at the 1-yard line, and with these D tackles, that's never good. You get tackled in the end zone, that's a safety. On the biggest game of his career, in the biggest spot, we just need one player. We just need to not go negative. Our center doesn't block at all, doesn't even touch him, doesn't even put his hands up. Now these boys have an outside chance to win this game with the TD. Only 9 seconds here, but anything can happen. He snapped the ball from the 41-yard line. He has all day in the pocket, but for some reason he throws the ball away. Now they only have 5 seconds left. The Buckeyes need a full all-out Hail Mary to the end zone. Number 16 does not have time, so it's underthrown, and that is game. We win the biggest game in school history, dethroning Ohio State as the big brother. 21-16. 3 interceptions in the red zone, crazy. Raheem Callaway was dominant, 3 touchdowns. Max Stroud wasn't perfect, but he got the job done. Made some key passes in some key spots. Also made a really bad pass, you know what I'm saying, at one point. But saw the game indeed. The run game wasn't crazy. Still need a top tier guy there, I feel like, next season. But I like what I saw, especially out of Irvin Brown, Denny. Like, all of our guys did solid, even Stock. For the passing game, it was all Raheem Callaway. He had 5 catches. The second most was 2 by Marcus Kiyek. But shout out to Irvin Brown with that 149-yard catch and run. On defense, Ellington had 11 tackles and interception. Not good for a corner, obviously. You don't need 11 tackles, but once he fell, is solid. Shout out to Pope, shout out to Squires, 2 other guys with pristine big time plays in the red zone. And of course, Bethel, no picks today, but 3 TFLs and a pass deflection. Alright, next game will be against Miami or Clemson. We lost to Clemson last year, and they're the best team in the nation. We want that game for sure. Bethel and Raheem Callaway get defensive and offensive player of the week. Raheem actually got national offensive player of the week too, but this is what really matters. We're playing Miami in the Rose Bowl. The winner of this game will play the winner between Oregon and Notre Dame. Thank God we don't gotta play Georgia, but we gotta get Miami out the way first. Miami destroyed Clemson, beating them boys 45-13. This could be our toughest game on the season, even over Ohio State. We were built for it. We have 13 wins on the season. We're a top 4 team in the nation for a reason. This is our time. But until then, bro, it's being boy Need the Red, and I'm out, man. I'm out.
She don't say love, yeah, I want some sticks. Talk about some money, get fucked by the bitch. I was blowing my phone, nose ain't rich. She wanna take it, just stay at the Ritz. I wanna take it, just fuck on this bitch. I done spent little booze on some new kicks. She like I like that, I love that shit. I spent some honey bucks on a new stick. Me rap nigga.